So for the exercises, let's go to the landing page for the course. And here you have a list of different detailed information. And right now we are going for the exercises. Here you have some instructions. And the first thing you have to do is to install Anaconda Python if you don't have it. It's an open source package, so you can actually download it. And if you go to this page here, the link is apparently not working. Then we can go here. And you see here instructions how to install on different operating systems. So I believe most of you are going for Windows, Mac OS, and Linux. And now I'm sitting on a Mac, so I'll just click on that one. And then you can download the installer just by clicking here. And then you click download here. And well, yeah, here it comes for all of them actually. So I would recommend you take the 64-bit graphical installer for the operating system you're using. Download it and install. This will take some time to get and install. So I'm not going to do it now. I actually have it installed already on my computer. Otherwise it wouldn't work here. But it should be pretty straightforward to do this download. And once you have it installed, next step is to download the exercises. And there are different ways of doing this. One is to download the whole course from GitHub as a zip file, extract the zip, and then from there on doing stuff. I would actually more recommend that you install Git, which is the repository system that I'm using for this for the development. Repository is a database that remembers your history of your code. So you check in stepwise the development of the code, and then you can also check back what you did if you did something wrong or so on. But I'm using that also for the developing of this course. And the advantage is that when I have updated the lecture notes or the exercises, you can just clone, you can just pull the latest version and you get only that little delta instead of downloading a huge zip file all the time. So that is what I recommend. So let's go to what it looks like. Git is available as a command line tool, and on Windows you can actually also have some integration in your normal file manager. I didn't put a link to that, but if you're interested in that, I can tell you how to find it. Let's go now to the GitHub page for the course. It looks like this. Here you can see all the files I have been working on. And to get the code, what you need is to go to this place here. There's a code download. Then you press this one, and then you can copy this line just by pressing this. Or else you can also download the zip if you like. So I'm going here. And the next step is to open a terminal, what I'm usually doing at least. I just need to create, oops, a test folder. Now you don't see what I'm doing, I believe, right? I didn't share the whole screen, so I just need to stop sharing and share the whole screen, sorry. That one. So now you should see the whole thing. So what you need to do is on this command line, you have to write Git Clone and then paste this line you got from GitHub. And what it then does, it's actually downloading the whole package that I have been working on. And well, that takes a little time because there are some pretty big data chunks in it. And that's it. So now if I look at the contents of this folder, I see I have it in here now, and I can go in there. And now we see actually the same folders and files that you could see here on GitHub. So now you have got exactly a clone from what I have developed. If you want to work in a file browser, maybe it's easier to get the overview. Let's open one of those. Then we have the lectures are organized in this folder. And right now I have only lecture 1 prepared. The other ones are from previous year. So you can of course look at them. It should work, but the current ones, they are in subfolders of their own. And there you can actually also go in, and in a Jupyter notebook, you can actually open this notebook and run it yourself, do tests, play with the data if you want. But let's go back to the exercises, which we have here. And here you have one folder for each set of exercises. And let's go in here. You can see that there is assignment 1 images notebook, and that is what you're going to open in your notebook. Now, how to open this notebooks is you have to go to the Anaconda navigator, open that, and then you have to locate either Jupyter Notebook or Jupyter Lab. For the exercises, it doesn't matter which one you're using. This one is pretty convenient because you have a file browser on the side. You have maybe a little bit better overview. However, if you want to look at the slides in the way I show them, you have to go for this one. So when I run this one, it starts a new command window. You see something is going on. It opens the web browser, and then you have like a browser over your files here. And now you have to locate where your repository is. So I have to go to Git. I have to go here. And then I placed it in test now. So let's go in here. And finally, you come to the place where you want to look for the exercises. And let's click on exercises and images. And then click on that one. And now we can open up the exercise, and you can see what you are going to do. In this exercise, it's about basic working with images and how you can handle them within Python. So it's a very simple exercise to get warmed up within this environment and play with it. Important when you want to run it is you have these little code blocks between the text. Is you press Shift and Enter, and then you can see a little star which turns into a number. When it turns into a number, you have executed that block. And the next thing is, this one. So go from block to block, you press Shift Enter, and here you can see, for example, how you can create a so-called NumPy array. NumPy is a numerical library with numerical methods for Python. And this is also where we use our images, or we define our images in these arrays. And let's execute that one. We can see that we have 2 arrays. One is just a 1D, and here we have a 2D. And then you can have some special initializations. And these are the concepts we are going to use in these notebooks. And with that, I think there is not much more. You see here are some examples what to do. And finally, I want you to compute these operations that you see here. And that one apparently didn't work. So let's go back here. Probably I need to change this. So it should look like this. And then sometimes there comes your code here, and this is where you can start playing with these, writing your own little code. You can, of course, also make modifications in this code if you like, no problem. Just go ahead. It's your playground. What I would like to recommend is that before you start opening this notebook is actually that you copy it. Because otherwise, once I change things in a repository, it may be that your things will be overwritten or there will be conflicts, and that's pretty messy. So I would suggest, let's see, where is my file browser? Here, that when you have, you get this, you can just do copy paste, get a copy. And then you say something like, let's see, my assignment 1 or something, whatever. Just change the name. And then you do your exercise in this one, then you have a clean original version. And also if I would do some adjustments, maybe you come up with something that you notice there is some mistake in it, then I can just take the original one and it doesn't affect what you have. Okay, so I believe this was all about how you can get started. This part is also recorded, so you can easily go back on it. I will upload this one too on YouTube. Okay, I think this is all for me right now. Of course, I'm open for questions. And that's it. The other thing, actually, yeah, one more thing. Sorry for coming with last minute things. When you have problems, let's go back to, where did I have it? I believe it was somewhere here, about asking questions. We are available, Stefano and me, on this hour from the lecture end until noon. But if you have other questions, please use Slack and ask there, or also write an email. And then we can maybe, if it's an easy one, we can just solve it by chatting. If it's a more tricky one, we can make an appointment, and then we can have a small Zoom session and talk about and find the solution you want to do. It's even so that if you allow us, we can even go in and edit on your screen through Zoom, but you have to give us the permission to do it. So that was all. And then I wish you good luck with the installation and downloading the repository. Thank you for today.
Sorry, Anders, should we maybe also talk about creating the environments?
Ah, sure. Can you take that one, please?
Yeah, sure.
Yeah, I didn't, I stopped the recording now. Maybe I should take that one too on the recording. Do you mind?
Yeah, sure. No, it's fine for me.
See. Oh, it's still recording. Okay, then it's fine.
Okay. Let me search for the page.
Don't forget to share the screen.
Yeah, now I'm sharing. I was searching for the page first.
Okay, good.
All those 100,000 pages that are open. Where is it? Here it is. No, it's not this one. Share, sorry. Okay, do you see my screen? I guess, yeah. Yes, right. So one thing that Anders did not mention yet is that so once you have basically downloaded or cloned the Git repository onto your computer, what you should do is create a so-called Conda environment in which you can install all the required packages to run all the notebooks and exercises in the course. So it's actually very easy. So once you have downloaded or cloned your environment, the repository, you go to the repository folder. So that would be this quantitative imaging 2021 master. Then you go down one folder into the binder folder, subfolder, and then you run this code, this line of code. So conda env create f environment, and then with this name. And basically what it does, it uses this environment file, which holds all the required packages, and creates a new environment with all those packages, and it calls it, and it gives it the name QBI 2021. Now, once you have this, then you can, every time before you run the Jupyter Notebook or the Jupyter Lab, you have to activate this environment by running conda activate QBI 2021. And then I said, you run the Jupyter Notebook. Yeah, and that's it basically. And basically this allows you to define an environment in which you have all your packages which you need, and you can also create multiple environments so that you have different packages for different environments. Yeah, that's about it, I would say.
Thank you for that. So I think now I stop the recording. Okay, and we still have the channel open, so just ask something in the chat or ask directly, whatever you like. Okay.